Om Bhurabhuvah Svah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Parchodaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now this is the second part of Garbha Upanishad by sage Pippalada. Now I will describe how this Upanishad came into existence and some light on the life of sage Pippalada. The first question concerns the date of the Garbha Upanishad. Since it is ascribed to Pippalada, we need to determine this sage's place in the Vedic tradition. Although it is believed that the text may not be as old as the sage, Pippalada is also the instructing sage of the Prashna Upanishad and the author of the Atharvaveda Sakha, named after him, Pippalada Sakha. As a principal arranger of the Atharvaveda, he should be assigned to at least the middle of the second millennium BCE, if the Rigveda is to be taken to be no later than 2000 BCE, as it is suggested by hydrological evidence related to the drying up of the Saraswati river around this time, and the fact that Rigveda celebrates this river as the great river of its time, flowing from mountains to the sea. According to the Purana, Pippalada was the disciple of Rishi Vedaparsa, and he instructed Yudhishthira in the significance of the Angavarta, which is based on a dialogue between Sukra and Virochana. The physiological knowledge in the Garbha Upanishad is consistent with that found in the oldest Upanishad. Like the other text, it speaks of recursion, but it does not list as many channels, veins and nerves as the other texts do. This indicates that this Upanishad may be older than what has been assumed. Pippalada answered 6 questions in the Prashna Upanishad, a number that is reminiscent of the 6th darshanas. The 6th questions touch upon 6 different aspects of reality: forms, Nyaya, basis of life; Mimamsa, origins; Sankhya, devas within yoga; next world, Vedanta, and modifications, Vaisesika. This is not an argument for the lateness of Prashna Upanishad, but rather for the remote antiquity of 6 bases to reality, which mirroring the 6 directions. Recursion, the mirroring of the cosmos at several levels, including at the level of the body, is one of the central ideas of the Upanishad. It is clearly stated, for example, in the Chandogya Upanishad 8.1.1 and 3, where we are told that within the heart is the small place with the heaven, earth, sun, moon and stars, where the lights of universe shines. There is in the city of Brahma the body, the mansion in the shape of a lotus, and in it the small inner Akasha sky. What lies there should be sought, which one should seek to understand. As large indeed as in this Akasha, so large is that Akasha in the heart. Within it are contained both heaven and earth, both fire and air, both sun and moon, lightning and stars. Whatever there is of himself in this world and whatever is not, all that is contained within it. Chandogya Upanishad 8.1.1 and 8.1.3. This recursion is also expressed across time, and it leads to a variety of paradoxes that the Vedas tell us cannot be explained away by language. It is described most clearly in the last 5th section of the Garbha Upanishad, in which the body itself is seen as the ground of the sacrifice. Speaking of recursion, one must also mention Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb out of which the Veda tells us the universe emerged. In an abstract sense, creation at the cosmic level is to be understood in a sense similar to that at the individual level, physiology and consciousness. Now we consider the most interesting assertion that the body consists of 107 Marmas, weak spots, 180 sutures or junction points, 109 sinews, 7,000 veins, 500 majja, muscle, 360 bones and 45 million hairs. The numbers 180 and 360 are obviously astronomical and related to the number of days in the civil year. Their occurrence is the assertion of the mirroring of the cosmos in the body. The numbers 107 and 109 are also but less obviously astronomically related. I have shown elsewhere, see the reference below, that the Veda rishis characterize the universe by the measure of 108. For it represents the distance to the sun and the moon from the earth in multiples of their respective diameters. If the body mirrors the universe, it will have 108 parts with 107 vulnerable joints, marmas, and 109 lashes to hold them together, sanayu. Other Upanishads, for example, Atreya, speak of 4 kinds of life: born alive, born from egg, born from moisture, insects, and born from germ, plants. These are born of eggs, of worms, of moisture, and sprouts, namely horses, cattle, men, elephants, and all creatures that there are that move or fly, and those that do not move. All these are guided by consciousness and supported by consciousness. The basis is consciousness. Consciousness is Brahma, Atreya Upanishad 3.3. Consciousness is not taken to exist only in the human life but in all life. Channel in the body, nerves. The count of 700 channels does not go to the usual details that are to be found in other Upanishads. Thus, Pippalada instructs Asalvarayana in Personal Upanishad 3.6. Here there are 101 channels. Each of these has 100 more. Each further has 72,000 branching channels, through which the Vyana breath courses. Personal Upanishad 3.6. This means that the total number of channels, veins, equals 77 crore 27 lakh. No, this is 727210201. 72 crore 72 lakh 10,201. Of these, the most significant channel is the Susumna, through which Kundalini Jagran takes place. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 2.1.19 speaks of how the self returned to the body along the 72 Hita channels which branch off from the heart to all parts of the body. This, together with a further description of these nerves of 4 colors, is described well in Kausika Brahmana Upanishad. The nerves of the heart, named Hita, extend from the heart of the person toward the surrounding body, fine as a hair divided 1,000-fold. They stand full of thin essence of various colors, white, black, yellow, and red. In these, one remains when sleeping and sees no dream, becoming one with the prana alone. Then speech with all names goes to it. The eye with all forms goes to it. The ear with all sounds goes to it. And the mind with all thoughts goes to it. And when he awakes, then as from a blazing fire, sparks proceed in all directions. Thus from the self the prana proceeds, each towards its place. From the prana the gods, the senses. From the gods the world. And as a razor might be placed in a razor case, or as fire in the fireplace, even so this conscious self enters the body to the very hairs and nails. Of that self depends other selves. As the man follows the chief, or as his own people are of service to the chief, even so these other selves are of service to the self. So long Indra did not understand this self, the Asuras defeated him. When he understood this, striking down and conquering the Asuras, he attained preeminence among all gods and all beings, sovereignty and supremacy. And thus also he who knows this obtained preeminence among all beings, sovereignty, supremacy. He who knows this, he who knows this Kausika Brahmana Upanishad, causal chain and birth. In section 4, the Upanishad speaks of how the newborn forgets the causal chain at the moment of birth. This echoes the Bhagavad Gita by the rising together of desire and envy, by the confusion of duality. All beings when the born fall into the state of forgetting. Bhagavad Gita chapter 7 and Shloka 27. By doing this, it is able to fit the individual's embodiment in the womb that is consistent with the idea of rebirth. General views. Like other sages of the Upanishads, Pippalada is systematic and rational. The physical basis of life and the sequence following the development of the embryo is clearly defined. He describes the basis of life mystically in categories that go in sequence from 2 to 7. In the body emerges 8 natures, and in arise 16 modifications that are similar to the tattvas of Sankhya. In Prashna Upanishad 6.4, these are listed by Pippalada. The embryo is taken to have become Jiva, conscious self, in the 7th month, and in the 8th month it becomes complete in every sense. This gives the time the fetus becomes a person with attendant legal rights. It is not explained how the Jiva comes to be attached to the body. Although other passages indicate that Jiva resides in the heart recess, it also suffuses the entire body. Furthermore, its identity with the Purusha means that mysteriously it is the one with the entire universe. The distinction also implies the existence of the subtle body, Lingam. In the Sarasara Upanishad 7, the subtle body is defined as created out of the mind and other subtle elements that reside in the knot of the heart. The consciousness within this subtle body is called the knower of the field. The body is an instrument of the heart, but for it to be able to do what it can, must be free. This is moksha or mukti. Mass ratios. The conversion ratio in the last section of the Upanishad are from some Western philosophers' book. So here ends this part of Upanishad Garbha. Thank you, dear friends. Please like, comment and share this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.